Bridgewater on first down. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
Well, we're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football, got to him, and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
Tom Brady bringing out the Tampa Bay offense, and week 1 it was Tom Brady's first time starting in a different uniform in 20 years after those 2 decades in New England. Didn't get the result that he wanted, a loss and a little bit of a mixed bag performance, Charles, because he had the 2 touchdown passes, also ran one in on an improvised QB sneak, but a pair of interceptions really cost him.
And how about this? The quarterback he was playing against, Drew Brees, also the master of the improvised quarterback sneak. Both of them doing so well, but Tom Brady, the 2 interceptions that you referenced, one was a pick 6. And last season, didn't have a single game where he threw multiple interceptions all year long. So we know that's unusual for Tom Brady. I would expect a big bounce back going.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brian Burns. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. To throw, it's Brady. He sets up the screen to Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 15, but they still need it a little bit more. 4th down. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me. Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field. He wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski. Complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Brady finding Godwin there for a Buccaneer first. Brady now on 1st down. to Evans on the slant. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the engine. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, you got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25. Carolina working back out here for their next offensive possession. Wanted to look back to what they did in Week 1, Charles. A loss to Las Vegas, 34-30. Bit of a disappointment for Matt Rule in his coaching debut at the NFL level. And they did come back from 12 down with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to take the lead, but then that was only to see Josh Jacobs score the 3rd of his 3 touchdowns, which was ultimately the game winner. So a bit of a disappointment not only for him, but of course they had a quarterback change in the offseason as well.
Yeah, they're the definition of building, but that doesn't mean they won't be competitive. You already mentioned it, making that comeback to take the lead before ultimately losing the ball game. I think we're going to see a lot of that from this team all year long. Remember, the turnover is huge there. Head coach, new quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater, so many new faces on defense. The fewest returning starters of any team.
Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson, 65 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Point after, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. 25-yard line. Tampa Bay taking the field again here, Charles. And before this next drive, let's visit what was easily the most anticipated game of Week 1. Their game against New Orleans. New Orleans getting the better of the Buccaneers, 34-23. Of course, it was the imputer against...
Say it again. Say it again.
Oh, pewter? Yeah, that's the color, right?
Tom Brady imputer. We've known this was coming, yet finally it was here. And I don't know about you, but it still seems surreal to see Tom Brady in that uniform.
Yeah, it was strange, and unfortunately a couple of costly interceptions for TB12 that really helped New Orleans win this football game.
Yeah, and look, he's going to play better down the road. His head coach, Bruce Arians, said it really well. He came out lighting it up, but then they had some poor drives, penalties, turnovers. That's what cost them. And, of course, they ran into the 3-time defending division champs, the New Orleans Saints. That's a good football team. So that's okay. One game, they'll get better, but it's going to take a little bit of time with all these new pieces being added in Tampa. This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Brady now on first down. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
The 49-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing on first down. He completes it to Evans. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Good catch there by Mike Evans, and his ability to get downfield and create big plays is something that Tom Brady hasn't had on the perimeter in the last few seasons. Mike Evans often fools defenders with his speed because he's so long. People think he can't be that fast, but he is, and combines it with terrific hands and makes big catches. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last fall. Here's Christian McCaffrey. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
47-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Bridgewater. That one complete to Anderson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Panthers.
1st down, Bridgewater. Thomas has got it, complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Anderson.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 23-yard run. And the Panthers have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that runs give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Here's the Tampa Bay offense and Ronald Jones leading them out. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll set up to throw. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Brady gives this one off to Jones. Jeremy Chin there defensively.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the...
He's got it at the 15. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, 52 yards. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. Took off. I mean, let's face it. That should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25.
At their own 25.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
2nd and 2.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Now Bridgewater. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38.
Bridgewater's pass intercepted.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
23-yard line.
Well, whenever you talk about players that really broke out in the 2019 season, you better add Chris Godwin to that list. Over 1,300 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns. He was 2nd among receivers last season receiving yards per game at 95. This guy combines great body control, excellent strength, and terrific route running ability to become a really big downfield threat.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And this is caught by Evans. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Ball carrier.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2.
Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the 1st half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Well, CD, let's take a moment here and get your thoughts just on week 1 in general. Certainly no shortage of storylines, but I'm curious, after 1 week, which teams really caught your eye?
Well, teams with continuity certainly did. Kansas City, the defending champions, they were sharp in their season opener, as was Baltimore, who, of course, has title aspirations, getting upset in the playoffs last year. How about a couple of big surprises? What about Washington, coming back from a big deficit against Philadelphia at home, getting a win for head coach Ron Rivera? What a big game for them. And, of course, Jacksonville, Everyone's talking about how this team has just been dismantled. They'll be lucky to win 2 games. They won a big one against Indianapolis. And, of course, all year long, we'll follow the New England, Tampa Bay ledger, won't we? In this case, New England, with all their changes, they get a win. Tampa Bay, with all their additions, they take a loss on the road at New Orleans.
Yeah, you know that coach in New England slept a little bit better than the quarterback down in Florida after week 1. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
A gain of
14 yards, good for a Panther first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And Anderson's got it. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 32-yard line.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. Open man is Anderson. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 12-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore.
Touchdown, Carolina.
DJ Moore there to make the grab. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead.
His kick.
And he'll bang that one through. 5 that time. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. He's up near 100 yards now here in the 2nd quarter, but his team's down.
Through no fault of his own. I mean, what a nice game he's having so far. They've got to keep finding ways to get him the football. Don't get away from that. Figure out where things are going wrong with the rest of the team.
They'll be hoping to hit that 100-yard mark on this drive. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. It's caught. It's Miller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Brady now to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
At the 30.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So Bridgewater needing to work a little magic after that sack on a 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. But they are all even to this point. So to see if either side can pull away, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the start of the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
From midfield, here's Brady. Evans.
Brady's pass.
7 yards, the pick up there.
It's a gain of 7.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but he did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Now Brady throwing on second down. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. This is caught. Gronkowski. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash. Motion. Hey, Mike 52. Set the tone, let's go on. No, 66. Hey, Alabama.
To throw, it's Brady. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady, and he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Bucs are going to take the lead.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's all capped off by a Rob Gronkowski touchdown. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25.
25-yard line.
Robbie Anderson making his way back onto the field. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards. But, hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. He gets it to Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. 1st down, Carolina.
A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Catch there by Robbie Anderson, and we all know he's got the speed to get behind any defense. What I think is underrated about his game is his toughness and his belief in self. Robbie Anderson was an undrafted free agent who's turned into a big-time player in the NFL, and now landing in Carolina reunites him with his college coach, Matt Rule. When they were together at Temple.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and
to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The connection there, Bridgewater to Samuel for a Panther 1st down. To the air again with Bridgewater. And not able to get it that time. He hit on 6 straight passes. Not there, 2nd down.
It's now
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Flush touchdown, Carolina.
Bridgewater on the keeper. Touchdown, Carolina.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
And his kick is right through. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Mike Evans in the Tampa offense about to set up shop. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver. It's a run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
48-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25.
Buccaneers.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
At the 24.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 1st downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 24. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 20.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
This was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10. Well, probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Back now in Tampa. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Now they'll throw with Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. The 4th touchdown pass in the game for Tom Brady. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. And Charles, the defender, was there. He just didn't get it.
Sometimes these plays turn into basketball in a sense. With 2 guys going up for the football, which guy's going to box the other away from it and grab it?
Yeah, I know you hear it a lot, but it's just the will to get it, right?
Oh, without a doubt. The will as well as some really nice touch on the ball that was thrown.
And some talent, too. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to... And this carries into the end zone. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25.
25-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 7 yards there and a 1st down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Into the hands of his receiver. Being brought down 2nd and right at a yard.
Gain of 9.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Bridgewater now from the 50. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close.
They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Complete to Mike Davis. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. From the gun, Bridgewater gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 31-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. And tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Bridgewater on 1st down. And Thomas has it. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Here's 2nd and a yard. This is McCaffrey on the give, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there, pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. His throw caught right around the 6. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
First and goal.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Try to power it in with Arma, and he tries to power for the scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This Tampa Bay front was the toughest group to run the football against last year, and you can see why with plays like that. This is a good unit that got into the backfield and stopped that play before it could get started.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Again, they go with a fullback Arma. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Taking it in from 2 yards out. They're now an extra point away from tying up this game. And I guess that's where you turn on 4th and goal to your muscle back there. Hand him the football. He does the dirty work.
I think you're asking a lot of your defense there, right? Having to make the stand, have to prepare for just about any type of play to be called, and then here comes the power right at you. On that play, the big man got into the end zone.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now, they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. And we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
A give to Jones. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Ronald Jones.
Tackle made by K1 Short. Second down at 6 now from the 42.
It's now 2nd and 6.
The give is to Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Silver.
Here's Jones. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. All runs are. It's 1st and 10. Now Jones. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one a first down pickup of 8.
You can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw, Brady. And this is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown. Forget overtime. They're going to win the football game right now.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears, they get it done. How about that score?
The finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Kickoff for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Back to throw. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Complete to
working with a 2nd and 3.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. A 7-yard pickup.
One last shot now for Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. They're going into the final play of this game. They knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.